Hello and welcome to today's class. We're going to start in a nice grand second position, so nice and wide with the legs, and I'm turned out from the hips, and I'm just going to come down into a bit of a squat position. So I'm going to reach my arms out long, setting my shoulders down away from the ears. I'm going to breathe in, sticking my tailbone at the back as if I'm about to sit down on an imaginary chair or the toilet, coming down, 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 and then breathing out as I come back up. And again, breathing in to come down, and breathing out, squeezing the glutes to come back up. Just watch the shoulders that they don't rise up towards the ears, coming down and coming up. And as I press into the heels, I'm squeezing my glutes, but I'm also feeling a lot of inner thigh activation going on as well, which is just fantastic. Coming down and coming up. And again, dropping down and coming up. Good. Let's go for just a few more like that. And coming up. Good, good, good. Relax those shoulders. Okay, we're going to go just for another 3. This is the warm-up. Last 2, belly button in towards the spine. Okay, last time coming down. And we're just going to hold here, so just coming up and down. Little pulses, relaxing the shoulders, making sure the head's relaxed as well. My knees are just going out in line with the feet. The weight's not too far forward though, over the toes. Good, good, good. And we're just going to go for 10 and 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from here, I'm going to turn. So I'm going to twist over to this side, and my knee is going to drop down to the floor. And then I'm going to come opening my arms and my legs to center. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, dropping the knee down. Good. Coming to second, and then coming to like parallel-ish legs. Good. Okay, parallel position, dropping the knee down and opening up. Good. Twisting down and coming up. And again, dropping down and coming up. Good. Let's go for a few more like this. Dropping down and opening up. Good. Let's go for 3. Nice. 2. Actually, we usually do one more each side, don't we? So that one, and then this one, bonus one. Good. Okay, coming to center. From here, I want you just to hold here, relaxing the shoulders. I'm going to turn this knee in, come out, turn in, and out. So sort of what we were doing before, but just not moving the whole body. Good. Nice. So it's a bit weird inverting the knee. Normally we're told not to do that. But hey, let's break the rules a little bit. Nice. Dropping the knee down and coming back up again. Good. Let's go for 7 and 6. Last 5, my legs are burning. 4, good, and 3, last 2. Okay, last time, coming back to center. From here, I've tucked my tailbone right under now, so I'm not leaning forward. I'm going to lift up both heels, hello, legs, so I can feel inner thighs and outer thighs, and lowering down. And again, breathing out, lifting, and lowering, good. Relaxing the shoulders. You can put your hands here if that's easier for you. Let's go for 5, good. And 4, woohoo, last 3, good, 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 last 2, last time I'm going to hold up onto those toes, relaxing the shoulders, and holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Nice. Okay, let's have a little bit of a standing stretch here. So I'm just going to bring my heel in towards my bum, and just going to tuck my tailbone under so that I get that stretch down the leg. You can bring opposite arm up if you want, make it a little bit more of a balance. Good. And then just taking that down, and then the same thing on the other side. A bit of a tuck there, bringing the heel in. Again, the arm can lift. That was a good wake up call. Don't know if you're doing this at 6 a.m. in the morning. But if you are, then good morning. Nice. And shaking out those legs. Okay, let's come to the back of the mat. Go through our roll downs. Maybe that might have been the nicer way to start the session, but no. Feet hip width and parallel, hands just down by our sides, breathing in, and on the breath out, chin to chest, rolling the shoulders forward, slowly coming all the way down to the floor. One vertebra at a time. Let that head just relax. Good, you should be able to turn it just right to left and then nod the chin to the chest and release without any sort of pull going on here. If it is early in the morning though, you may feel a little bit of tension just at the top here. I often get this first thing in the morning just because I haven't been super mobile during the night, funnily enough. And I'm just trying to just be gentle here. Okay, let's come up. Breathing in, on the breath out, pushing into your heels, slowly restacking against your imaginary brick wall, coming up, 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 and just rolling through those shoulders. And we're going to go down again, breathing in, on the breath out, chin to chest, rolling the shoulders forward, coming down. Nice and slow and steady. Relaxing the head, holding here as you breathe in, and on the breath out, slowly coming back up, squeezing the shoulder blades. Lovely stuff. Okay, this is the last one, which means we're going to go down and we're going to come straight into a 4-point kneeling position. So coming down, separating our shoulder blades all the way down. Good, good, good. And then from here to sitting the knees forward to the floor and finding 4-point. I'm just going to work through some cat stretches. So we're actually going to start off with those, which is quite nice. Breathing in, on the breath out, separate the shoulder blades again. Let the head relax down to the floor, creating space up here. Good, good, good. Breathing in and on the breath out, going back the other way. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, sticking the butt out the back. Good. Breathe in and on the breath out, up we come. Now, for me, going into the extension always feels a little bit tight, and that's quite normal, I think, for most people. So just be wary when you're in this position. Don't push it too much. You're just trying to get a little bit of a squeeze in the shoulder blades. And again, coming up. Relaxing the head. And then lowering down. Good. And then we're just going to come to a nice neutral spine position. And from here, I'd love it if you could just walk your hands, kind of like another 2 hands length in front of you. So I look a bit strange at the moment. And then you're going to bring your hips forward and find that diagonal position. Okay, sorry, I've actually brought my hands a little bit too far forward. I'm just going to move them back a little bit so they're under my shoulders, but my hips are forward. Okay, so squeeze the shoulder blades together. Excellent. We should already be feeling that core working, which is just what we want. We're going to breathe in on the breath out. We're going to lift opposite hand up off the floor, and then we're going to bring it down, and then the other side, up and down. So tapping opposite shoulder. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in, drawing the belly button to the spine, trying to keep nice and still through the body. So we're drawing the belly button in the whole time, so try not to let this happen. Option to do it just in 4-point, lifting up and down and working on just drawing the belly button in as you do it and keeping that nice flat back. That's a nice variation. Coming up and down, good. Nice and still through the body. Head is just nicely completing that lovely long line of the spine. Good. Let's go for another 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last time. Okay, holding here. We're going to add in some push-ups because why not? So I'm going to do 2 push-ups and then I'm going to do tap-tap with the shoulders. So I'm in a prime position for triceps, so why don't we do those? Coming down, breathing in, breathing out to come up. And again, breathing into lower, squeeze the elbows in. And then from here, tap and tap. And again, let's go. Coming down, breathing in and breathing out. And again, breathing in, breathing out, tap and tap. We're going to do 2 more just like this. So I really want you to work on quality of movement. Coming down and pushing into those palms. Coming down and up and then tap and tap. Last time. And again, you can do this all just a normal 4-point. No problem there. Draw that belly button in. Last time, tap. And then just finding a bit of a child's pose and just relaxing out with those hands there. Good, good, good. And breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, from here, we're going to come into a 4-point glute set. But we're going to take a little bit of pressure off the wrist because that was quite wristy. So just make sure the knees are still underneath your hips, and we're going to come down. So we've got the elbow now underneath the shoulder, and we're turning the arm to the other side. Placing the other hand, for me it's wider than my mat, and I've got my fingers just angled in towards the midline on a diagonal. Hope you can see that. And we've got a bend through this elbow here. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to extend this leg out nice and long. I'm going to point the toe. I'm trying to keep my hips as even as possible. I'm going to breathe in on the breath out, lifting up, and then coming down. Breathing out to lift, and breathing in to lower. Now, hopefully I'm doing a good job of keeping nice and still through my core. So it's not all about range coming up and doing this. I'm trying to keep everything just from the hip down. So there shouldn't be too much movement going on through my core, other than just the lovely drawing of the belly button to the spine, doing up the pair of tight jeans after Christmas Day lunch. Good, breathing out and breathing in, good. We're pointing the toe to try and really create energy shooting out through the toes and squeezing that glute as well. Nice. Okay, let's go for 4, just like this. Last 4. And 3. Last 2. Now last one, just come up and hold for me. I want you just to turn your toes out to the side, so it's like a turned out position, funnily enough. And I'm going to start to just do little pulses up and down, sort of on an angle. If you can see that, it captures the angle very well. And what this should do is it should light up the side of your butt. And that's just great. Let's keep going here, breathing in and breathing out, up and down. Good, good, good. And we're squeezing. And we're going for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold here. I want you from here to turn the knee inwards like so. And then I want you to lengthen it back out onto the angle. Turning it in and then kicking it out. Good. Now we've got flex foot this time, but I want you to really push, 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 push out. Good. Tucking down and pressing out. Good. In and pressing out. We might start to feel a little bit more of a supporting glute as well. That's very normal. Let's go for 5 and press. And 4 and press. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Okay, last time. From here, we're going to cross the leg behind. So crossing behind, coming down. And then from here, I'm going to kick it out to the side as much as I can. Coming down and kicking out. As you can see, I'm moving backwards. I'm using my arms a little bit to bring me forward, keeping the bend in this elbow as much as I can. And my supporting glutes also like, hello. Okay, let's go for 4. Nice. Last 3. Using my obliques to bring myself forward. Last 2. Okay, last time I'm going to hold out to the side, of course. Holding here, foot is flexed. And I'm just going to go down and up, using my obliques. Doesn't matter if you're back here, but if you feel you can come forward a little bit more, your glutes will thank you. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming in straight away, let's find a little bit of a child's pose. I'm just going to turn my hands up towards the ceiling as well and breathe. Goodness. Nice work. So we know what has to happen now. We have to do the other side. I'm just going to turn around so you can see a little bit easier, and also so I don't kick the couch, because someone didn't plan where they put their mat down very well. Right, Ellie, make sure you do the other leg. So some of you may actually have felt that a lot more in your supporting leg by the end than the leg in the air. That's very normal. For me, I always find my supporting glute really kicks in. And to be honest, that's not a bad thing, because in life we actually really want the glutes to take on that supportive role and help us when we maybe are balancing, or we're, I'm trying to think of other reasons why we need to stand on one leg, or, but anyway, So yeah, so when we do like, if we're doing bar and I'm at the bar and we've got one leg in the air doing all this funky stuff, it's my supporting leg that's always screaming at me. So it's very normal, don't be alarmed by that. Maybe you just felt both of them evenly, maybe they both felt great, or maybe you felt more this one in the air. Again, from here, by the end we were doing up and down, really squeezing that glute. You're using the glute to lift the leg, of course it's gonna kick in, of course. Right, enough from me mumbling on like usual. Okay, so sitting up with the arms, same position, try and keep a bend in this arm, and taking the leg out nice and long, pointing the toe. Breathing in on the breath out, squeezing to lift, breathing in to lower. And just remember to keep everything drawn in here as much as possible. Coming up and down. Breathing out to lift and breathing into lower. Breathing out to lift and breathing into lower. Good, good, good. Squeezing to lift and lowering down. Up and down. So there's not too much going on anywhere else in the body, just that leg. Just squeezing that glute. Fantastic. Okay, let's go for 5 and 4. Nice. Last 3. Head is long, make sure the head doesn't drop down. Last 2. Okay, last time. Holding here, turning the toes out, and we're doing those little pulses on the ankle, trying to activate the side of the glute. Love a bit of side glute, side butt. Good, good, good. Squeezing here. Head is still long, shoulders are relaxed. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from here, doing the cross thing. So turning in and then pressing out, kicking to the side of a flex foot. Coming across and pressing out. And again, across and pressing out. Let's go. Cross and press. Cross and press. Let's go for 5. Good. And 4. Nice. Last 3. And press. Last 2. Okay, last time. The leg is coming behind and we're going to go for the cross on the floor and then coming over and trying to kick out right to the side. Now my range of motion on this side is definitely not as good as the other side. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe you're just too busy concentrating on yourself, which is what you should be doing. Coming back and coming out. But I'm just telling you so that you're not alarmed yourself. If you're like, oh, why can't I bring this leg quite as far forward as the other side? I can feel a lot into my supporting glute as well. We're going to go for 4 here, kicking out. Last 3, use those obliques to bring the leg forward. Last 2. Okay, last time we're going to hold out to the side, flexing the foot, holding here, and we're coming up and down, using the obliques. Ooh, supporting butt is on. Let's go for 10, 9, and 8. Keep the head long. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, bring it in. Okay, from here, let's stretch out those poor glutes. So, it doesn't matter which leg you start with. You can do whichever one. I'm going to do the one which is burning the most for me. So I'm just going to start by just pulling this leg in, lifting the foot a little bit off the floor, really drawing the knee towards my breastbone. You can really feel that, goodness, wrap around there. Great, we know it works. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. And then from here, I'm just going to lift up the leg. If you can bring it to your elbow, that's cool. Otherwise, just hold it. What we just want is just some elevation there. Nice and tall. And just going side to side. Good, good, good. Nice. And then from here, I'm just going to let this leg just rest down on the other one. I'm just going to lean forward a bit. I get a stretch, of course, into this leg. And I'm just going to push down a little bit here. Just try and open up a little bit more into my hip. That feels a little bit better than before. Okay, same thing on the other side. Lengthening that leg out. I'm just going to cross this over, pulling it in, lifting up a little bit off the floor. So interesting how one side feels so much worse than the other. Okay, straight into more of a stretch through the hips. Bring this foot up. I'm just going to go side to side a little bit, trying to get that elevation there. Still trying to grow tall, and I need to remind myself as well to keep going tall and not slouch. And then we're just letting that leg come down, and I'm just going to lean forward a little bit over there, push down a little bit more. You may feel this more on one side than the other. The other side I didn't really feel much. This side, which is my tight side, is like, hello. Cool. And then from here, we're just going to extend that leg out to join the other one. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to shimmy forward a little bit, as you can see. I'm going to go into my bow and arrow. So I'm going to have my feet parallel and my legs are going to just be bent in. I'm going to extend my arms, my imaginary bow and arrow working here. And from here, I'm just going to tuck under and I'm going to find that C-curve position. I'm just going to do this a few times just to warm up the spine into flexion. And then I'm going to come up. Here we go. Again, coming down, tucking the tailbone under, melting down, and coming up. And then this last time is when I'm going to hold. Okay, imaginary tension is on. Here we go. I'm pulling back, looking at the elbow, engaging the oblique, and then releasing. Same side, pulling back, breathing out, twisting, and then releasing. So I'm not coming up and down with the spine. The spine's staying still. It's just the rotation of the spine now. Lovely thoracic rotation. Good. If you want, opposite leg can lift, just like so. A little pointed toe as well, which is just a nice little flourish to add in. Let's go. Breathing out and breathing in. Let's go for 4. Nice. And 3. Let's go for 2. Last time, coming back, holding here, pulling back a little bit more on my imaginary tension. Good. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you need to rest your back for a moment, come up, have a little bit of shimmy, you can. Otherwise, straight into the other side. Pulling back, twisting, and releasing. Let's go. Breathing out and breathing in. And again, coming back, pulling back, and releasing. Let's go. Pulling back and releasing. Good. And let's go with that leg if we're doing the leg thing. And coming back, the leg thing. Technical as ever I am. Good. Breathing out. Nice. You know I'm all about the experience. I hope you're having a good experience. Let's go for another 3 here. Last 3. Remember, you don't have to do the foot thing. Last 2. Last time we're going to hold back here, holding here. Pull back a little bit more on your imaginary bow and arrow, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing off and coming up. Good, good, good. Just rolling through the shoulders for a moment. Okay, this next one, you've got option to have your legs either straight out or bent in, so it's completely up to you. How nice of me to give you the option. Remember, this is the position, the length in legs is when you may feel your quads a little bit more, your hip flexors bite a bit more, so there is that, but you'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, reaching your arms out nice and long. Tucking the tailbone under, so we're going to try and engage through all the abs right now. So I'm finding that place. I'm going to lift my arms up, and I'm going to circle them out to the side, and then bring them back round. And again, breathing in, on the breath out, up, and around. Good. Stay nice and weighted through the legs, coming up, and around. Good. And again, coming up, and around. Let's go for 3. Last 2. Last time in this direction. Of course, we've got to go the other way because this is Pilates. So opening out and bringing them down. Good. And again, taking it out. Feeling all the abs engaged. How lovely. Taking it out and around. Let's go for 4. Last 3. Nice, nice, nice. Last 2. Okay, last time. Coming back to center, holding here. And we're going to do little pulses up and down, really small movements, drawing that belly button into the spine. If you need to come up a little bit higher because your back's kicking in, please do. Let's go for 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way up, and let's just do a little bit of a spine stretch. So I'm going to flex my feet, breathing in on the breath out. Imagine someone's pulling my fingers, dropping my head. I'm just trying to lengthen. I'm kind of just trying to lengthen to this wall which is in front of me, as opposed to down to the floor. So this is not really about flexibility as such. It's just about it's not about flexibility, but it's just about being mobile. I hope that makes sense. There's a difference. Good. Reaching, and then we're going to restack the spine, rolling the shoulders back and coming forward. Good. So trying to create space down here. That's what I'd like. And just relaxing underneath the legs. And again, coming up. And then last time, coming forward. Hands nice and long. And then from here, we're going to tuck the tailbone, and we're actually going to just roll all the way down, seamlessly transitioning into a full curl down, roll up, but we're not going to come up. Hands are going to come back behind you, and I want you just to slide your elbows down so that we're in this goalpost position. Now try and keep the chest relaxed, contact with the floor. Good, good, good. And we'll just open through the arms here. Nice. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And then from here, we're just going to create a little bit more space into that lower back. So we're going to go for our happy baby stretch. Just before we move on to the next sequence. I think it's just nice to get that back a little bit open. Really think about breathing into the floor as well. So expanding through your back if you can. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, good, good. Okay, and then just bringing the soles of your feet together and just let the, my hip just clicked, bringing the feet to the floor and relaxing here. So this is actually a really nice position to be in if you ever just need to have a few moments just to breathe, which I do recommend, is whether that's to do with doing some exercise and then needing to have a rest, or if it's just at the end of the day or in the middle of the day, whenever, in the morning. The happy baby is really quite nice for opening the back and then just coming down with this nice wide position and just trying to let gravity do its thing with the legs, and you're just trying to relax here as much as possible on the floor. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And if you've got your hands here, you can also think about breathing into the hands. And I find that myself really quite calming, and you can do this with or without music. Just so you know, I choose not to use music in my videos so that you can have whatever music you like on at the same time, or no music, totally up to you. Okay, and very carefully just bringing those legs back in together. Fantastic. Okay, from here, we are going to bring the legs up into a tabletop position. And I would like you to focus on engaging through your lower abs. So you may need to do a little bit of spine imprint here, where you just gently push your lower back a little bit closer to the floor, maybe. If you can't hold that neutral. I'm going to bring my arms up to the ceiling, just trying to relax through the elbows. From here, we're going to toe tap. So I'm going to breathe in as I tap some toes to the floor, some casual toes. Breathing out as I come back up. Other side, breathing into lower and breathing out to come up. Now just remember, you don't need to tap all the way down to the floor. It's definitely not compulsory. Coming down and coming up. You can just go a little way like so. But you're just working on zipping up through those abs every time. Breathing in and breathing out. You may have done this exercise in another class where they breathe the other way around. That's absolutely fine. There are different camps of breathing. I choose to breathe this way because I believe the hardest part is going against gravity, lifting the leg back up again. Breathing in and breathing out. That being said, when you go down, you want to make sure that you're not just like letting your pelvis go up like this and relaxing too much. No relaxing involved. So everything's nice and still. But you should be able to tell where is too far. If you feel like your pelvis is slightly doing this as you come down, you're going too far. You need to keep this still. Okay, the lecture is over now. Let's go for 3. Nice. Last 2. Okay, last time. Now we're going to zip the knees and feet together. We're going to try and do doubles. Remember, you can just do singles, but with the doubles, you can just go a little way and then come up. And that's absolutely fantastic. I love that. Squeezing the knees and feet. Otherwise, we can come down a bit lower. So coming down more to here, breathing in and breathing out, drawing that belly button to the spine to lift. Breathing into lower and breathing out, lifting up. And again, breathing into lower. Really anchor that lower back down to the floor. Not too much pressure, you don't have to force it down, but it's just to help you engage here. I'd prefer your lower back was a little bit flatter than neutral, so that you've got those abs engaged. Let's go for 3. Nice. Last 2. Okay, last time. I want you to bring your hands to the floor, just gently having them with palms down, and do a bit of a lift through the pelvis. So I'm going to breathe in, going down to a little bit of a toe tap, and I'm going to breathe out, coming up and coming down. I'm trying to just melt down through my lower back, so I kind of lengthen through the vertebra as well, and that's also using that core control. Breathing in and breathing out. Up we come. Good. And again, breathing in and breathing out to lift. Really using those lower abs. You don't have to go directly up to the ceiling. That's sort of weird. I've seen people do that before, where they sort of just lift up here. Don't do that. You're rolling up and down through your spine. You may need a slightly thicker mat than what I have got on. Well, I've got on. I'm wearing this mat that I've got at the moment. So you don't want to feel pain just from the pressure of your vertebra on the floor. We're going to go for 4 like this. Rolling down. Let's go for 3. Nice. Try not to use too much pressure into the hands. Last time, I'm going to come down. I'm going to extend my legs on about a 45-degree angle. If you can lift your head, that's great. If not, that's fine. I'm just going to beat the hands up and down. Good, good, good. You can do this with your head down, no problem. If you want to lower the legs a little bit more, you can, as long as we're really engaged through here. We're going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bringing the knees in and circling through the legs. In one direction, and then going back the other way. Fantastic. And again, it's all about creating that space into the lower back. Cool. We're just going to do a little bit of a book opener, because they're divine. I'm just going to move over here a bit more to give myself more room. So I'm coming over to the side, lengthening the arms out. Breathing in, and on the breath out, opening up through the body and trying to get this hand to touch down to the floor. I'm getting a stretch through the shoulder here, through the chest. Some of you might not be able to touch down. You may be more kind of here or here. That's no problem. Try and let gravity do its thing for a moment. Opening, opening. And then closing. And let's just go for 2 more like that. Breathing out to open. Opening, opening, and getting that stretch into my obliques as well. Good. And let's go for 1 more. Opening out. And then coming back in. Cool. And then let's just roll over to the other side. Just bear with me while I just readjust things. Okay, so you can see my heels are in line with my butt. And breathing in, on the breath out, coming over, reaching, reaching, reaching. And closing. And again, breathing out to lift up. Good. Just letting that hand just touch down. Feeling maybe a stretch around the shoulder. Honestly, some of you will be able to do this like easy peasy, and others of you, you'll find it a little bit harder. Again, it's just getting that rotation. We must practice rotation so we don't forget how to do it. Sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Closing, and last time coming up. Good. Okay, from here, I would like you to turn onto your front, please. Just like so. And we're just going to go for a little bit of an extension exercise. Honestly, I must look like so awkward whenever I turn over. I'm always like, oh, turning around slowly. Give me feedback. Send me feedback. What do I look like? Do I look ridiculous? I don't really mind. Okay, so I'm going to bring my hands just in front of where my shoulders are actually. And I'm going to have my elbows in line. And I'm going to breathe in on the breath out. I'm just going to push down a little bit into my hands. So I've got some engagement here. I'm going to draw my belly button in. I want you to breathe in again as you lift up into a little bit of an extension position, squeezing the shoulder blades, and then you're going to lower down. And again, coming up. So we're all about engaging through the arms here, squeezing the elbows in. I can feel my triceps working. I've obviously got pressure through here, and I can feel my upper back definitely working. Nothing in the lower back. Let's go. Coming up. Good, good, good. Squeezing, squeezing. And lowering down. Let's just go for one more, like so. I'm going to come up. I'm going to add something a little bit more exciting now. I'm going to do a bit of a swan dive. So it's going to look like so. Reaching, and then I'm going to just gather myself up as I come back. So here we go again. Breathing out. Breathing in to come into extension. And again, breathing out. Lifting the legs and catching myself. So a little bit of a squeeze of the glutes in order to lift the legs. And catching, good. And keep trying to draw those elbows in every time you come back. Let's go for 3. Good. 2. And then last time. I'm going to try and push myself up a little bit more. And I'm going to do little pulses up and down with the arms, really targeting through the triceps. Let's go for 10. If this is too much, come down a little bit closer. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, I'm going to push myself all the way back into a nice child's pose. Nice spinal flexion. You can turn the palms to the ceiling if you like, and just breathe. And then just allowing the spine to melt all the way up, and just going through some gentle shoulder rolls there. Okay, perfect. Let's just go for a little bit of a stretch. So from here, I want you just to find this Z position with the legs, and we're just going to come down onto one side and bring this arm up and just lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good, good, good. And then from here, can you push into the supporting, arm? Lengthen this leg out, and you're just going to reach up and get even more of a wonderful side flexion stretch, opening up through here. And you can go for a little bit of a gentle twist forward and back as well. Just see if moving like this kind of opens up any extra tight parts, like coming around here, for example, for me. Good. Let the head just relax as well. Nice. And then very carefully allowing the hip to come down. Good. And you can just bend that leg in and go through the shoulders. And let's do the other side, sending the legs the other way. Same thing. Hopefully that feels good for you. Coming down, bringing this arm up, relaxing the head. Good. Reaching nice and long. You can always stay in this position if the other one was a little bit aggressive. If not, we're going to push and lengthen here, and up we come. Good, good, good. Same thing, coming forward a little bit, coming back a little bit, just trying to open out around here. Good. And then again, let's come down. Okay, so before we do finish today's session, kind of lured you into a sense of false security maybe, we are going to go for a little bit of a plank. And so I'd love it if you could just come, we'll do it on the forearms because we have spent a bit of wrist time. So we're going to come down to the forearms, trying to be nice and parallel with the arms, bringing the shoulders over the elbows. Remember, you can be on your knees if you would like to be. Otherwise, we're lengthening out into our full plank. Head is nice and long. Good. Drawing that belly button into the spine, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and we're just holding and breathing. Nice and long. Keep drawing that belly button in with your exhale. So breathing in, on the breath out, belly button to spine, doing up those jeans, Christmas Day lunch. When we eventually have Christmas Day lunch, we're all going to be thinking about doing ab exercises, I'm sure. Good. Breathing out. Breathing in. Let's just hold for about another 10 seconds. You know, my counting's not that great. It's how I got a job as an instructor. It was not very good at reliable counting. We've got about 3 seconds to go. Good, good, good. Last 2. And then last time. Okay, dropping down. One final child's pose, reaching the arms out nice and long in front of you. And someone's pulling on the fingertips, bum down to your heels. And then very, very carefully rolling all the way up and just rolling through those shoulders, relaxing through the head. Today we're going to do a little bit of a neck stretch to finish. So I'll just turn and face this way, might be better. I'm going to just grab the side of my head like so, and I'm just going to gently pull over. Really be gentle with the head. So I'm feeling this big stretch just down the side here. Dropping the ear down, big, big stretch. And then just turning the nose down towards the floor and still giving it a bit of a pull so I get more of an oblique stretch through that neck now. Just breathing. And then very carefully releasing off. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Coming over, letting the ear drop down. This is one of my favorite ways to do my own neck stretching. It's obviously nice when someone else does it for you or gives you a massage, but this is pretty good. I'm going to do a band class. Theraband class, not like a concert band class. Though I could bring my clarinet, that could be fun. And I will show you a stretch with the band as well, which I was taught by physio, which is really great. Turning the nose down. It's that oblique stretch I find it's really good, just getting back here where you don't normally kind of get to stretch just by dropping the neck to the side, head to the side, sorry. Good, and then very carefully just coming up there. And just a few very gentle head rolls. Remember, your head is super heavy. Nice. And then the other direction. Nice and gentle, down. And again, down. Perfect. Okay, from here, let's come into our squat. I mean, we do it like nearly every time, right? So we may guess it was coming. Excellent. Opening through the back. I won't make you stay here for too long though. Good, good, good. Anyone practicing their squats? I don't know. Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Okay, bringing your feet in more parallel, and let's just bring the weight forward, unfolding the legs, really lengthening through the legs, through the arms, let the head drop, breathing in, And on the breath out, squeezing the glutes, and up we come, squeezing, 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 restacking that spine, and going for the shoulder rolls. Fantastic. Another session done. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me.